Hi, I'm Michelle Blue. I'm a millennial entrepreneur and started a business just 2 weeks after graduating college. It's my life and I don't even know. Okay, each week I'm interviewing an entrepreneur, getting a real look at their stories.
The reason why it was challenging because there is no set path for entrepreneurship.
At the lessons, the sacrifices along their journey.
Yeah, leadership is hard and you have to live at home, and entrepreneurship is not easy.
So for the fellow entrepreneur, hopeful entrepreneur, or whatever path you decided to take in life, just know that the beauty lies within the journey.
Watching?
The journey.
The journey. Alright, I'm going to be watching. Alright. You know, where our culture, our purpose, I guess. So start that. It's a year-long.
Yeah, so it gives a Nick. So funny, we met like a couple months ago, right?
Right.
At the Center for Innovation event.
For civic innovation.
Yeah,
You got it.
and I thought it was so cool. Like, I didn't know who was going to be talking, but you were there, and of course, co-founder of King of Pops.
Right.
And I was like, oh shoot! I was like, I have to talk to this guy because I've seen King of Pops everywhere.
Well,
like,
thank you.
literally, like, yeah. When I was in college, like, I would come out like of class and like see a King of Pops, like, you know, cart.
We try to be everywhere you are.
I would come to Atlanta and see you all. I was like, what the heck is a King of Pop? You know, I was like, I have to get one of these things because obviously, like, you did something right.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, we tried a lot, and you know, some of it worked out and some of it didn't, and yeah, we're still here to tell about it. So I guess more good than bad.
Yeah, and so I mean, we talked, but I was like, I have to track you down. You know, I was like, I have to have this conversation with you. So a super stalker of me. You're probably like, how did she get my email?
Well, it's not too tough. It's just nick@kingofpops.com.
But
so.
this is a life hack for people. Like, I went on LinkedIn and then was an email hunter. So this is really cool. Like, everyone's email, like, they like
populate. Find it, huh?
Yeah, like it tells you.
Is this a paid-for service? This is
No,
like a new
free.
SaaS thing?
It's like a Google plugin, and it's like you can creep on anybody. So
it sounds like something I need to get because I'm constantly looking for new ways to connect and new opportunities. So
I know. So I creeped on you. I creeped on you. So thank you for talking with me.
Yeah.
Like, you look great. Like, the hair is flowing. I'm like, your hair's grown so much. I'm like, 3 months, 4 months.
I know. I don't have much response to that other than to say that's just natural. And
good genetics.
I don't think I got a weave at any point, but it could have happened in my sleep.
You could have gotten extensions. Okay, so tell me, what is King of Pops?
So King of Pops is a popsicle company my brother and I started about 7 years ago. So April 1st of 2010, we rolled our first cart out to the corner of North and North Island in Atlanta. Little gas station parking lot, and we sold our first pop there. So since then it's grown to a popsicle company, but we also have a farm supplying the popsicle company with ingredients, a distribution company to get our pops and a lot of other local great products to stores like Whole Foods or Earth Fare, Kroger, but also mom and pop general stores or coffee shops or burrito shops or whatever. We have a Christmas tree business called Tree Elves. We have a dog treat business called King of Pups. And we are retail in about 8 cities in the South now. And we have 2 bars. So we have a bar in Atlanta and one in Charleston.
Okay, talk about like product diversification. Like, who would
gotta keep it safe.
Yeah, like King of Pops would do all of that, like a tree farm, like what? Like a dog line? Yeah. That's crazy. That's
they all kind of
genius
make
there
sense.
to think about that.
Yeah, if you think about like synergies between all of them. So King of Pups is a frozen dog treat, and I don't know what the average is or the number is, but people spend as much or more on their dogs as they do on their kids.
That's genius.
And so they're going to buy one if they're out walking their dog. If they're buying themselves a treat, they'll buy their dog a treat. And everyone likes to spoil their kids, and in a lot of cases, the dogs are the kids.
Yeah.
Christmas trees started because we needed a way to bridge the cash flow gap that we have in the winter. So people don't really want to sell pops year round, but the Christmas trees are a super short time period, one hit. All the sales are in December for the most part, and then we're done.
Oh my gosh.
And so we wanted...
You're smarter than I gave you credit for. That is really genius because pops obviously are seasonal.
Yeah, exactly. Well, until you get down to Miami or something, which we aren't yet.
Right.
But yeah, so that gave us a good solution for being able to keep high quality staff on, the people that we thought had management potential, the people that we wanted in our organization who believed the same things that we did. And so it was a way to pay them through the winter so they wouldn't have to go and find another job. They could just go year round with us. So it was really a talent retention tool that we started doing it with, and it's just a ton of fun too. We get to dress up as giant elves and make little kids' days every time.
The perfect elf. Like send me pictures during Christmas.
Oh, you can find them everywhere. And then the other ones, I mean, the distribution company made sense because not only did we have problems with bigger distributors that we were dealing with, but also it was just like I had so many friends in the food business that were having the same problems as us, and I was like, there has to be a better solution. And so we started the food distribution business called Perfect 10 Foods with a group, food manufacturers group that I'm in with 5 of us. And now we're representing about 15 companies and doing the whole South. So Carolinas, Tennessee, Georgia, Florida, Alabama, a little bit in Mississippi. So and it keeps growing. And we get requests. I've probably gotten 300 requests from companies to distribute their products, and we don't have the bandwidth or the facilities to do that right now. But it just shows that that is a real need. And so if you find a real need, then people really want to, they will find you, I guess.
Okay. Now, like I said before, y'all were everywhere when I was in college, so maybe 2012-ish, 2011.
Sure.
How did you do that? What was the marketing budget? What was the marketing strategy? A startup, you don't have a lot of money, you know?
Yeah. So we started the business with $5,000. You know, it was literally had enough money to buy a push cart and a pop freezer, and we used our own time and didn't pay ourselves. And so that's kind of the way it goes for a lot of things. But low barrier to entry was one of the main reasons we got into this business. But as far as marketing goes, we got started at a time when social media was maybe a little bit different than it is now. It's really pay to play now, and back then it was immediate contact with those that care about you, your fans, your customers, those that like you. And so we did that, and I think we also had a story that really resonated with people right from the beginning. It was a make lemonade out of lemons kind of story where my brother, who's my business partner, got laid off from AIG during the financial crisis, turned around and started his own thing and became popular in the neighborhood, and then we started going to other places and other neighborhoods, and then we started going to other cities, and it just spread out from there. And that's a fun story for the press to tell. They really love entrepreneurial success stories. And when it's a product that people can actually understand. There's tons of great tech success stories in Atlanta, everywhere in the world, really.
This is Pops.
But this is Pops. You can see it. They're colorful. They're friendly. People smile when they eat them.
You should have brought me some
real.
Pops. Now that I
should have
think
brought
about that,
some.
you're slacking.
Well, maybe we can go next door and find some. I'm sure we sell them within a mile. Yeah. So going back to your original point.
They're everywhere.
But I think the way we got there really is just dedication. I think a lot of people talk about having purpose and having, there's a lot of buzzwords around why people are entrepreneurs, I guess. And I think dedication to what you're doing and having a purpose that you're following and actually believe in are probably the 2 things that I believe in most. The first 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, working 7 days a week, probably 10 to 20 hours a day, just depending on what it is. Going to bed at 2 a.m., making Pops, and waking up at 6 a.m. to go sell them. And that's just what it is. And if you aren't willing to hustle and do that, then maybe things will work out and you'll get really lucky. But I think the dedication to whatever you're doing is the most important thing.
Right. And of course, I was seeing the end, product of just y'all being everywhere. But I didn't see the hustle. I didn't see the early mornings. I didn't, of course, no one sees the actual, in between.
The thousands of emails reaching out to people that say no. Why would we want popsicles at our music festival?
Right.
And so you bother them 3 years in a row, and then they're finally like, oh yeah, I did see you guys finally. Maybe it does make sense.
Yeah.
We don't just need the Minute Maid frozen lemonade that you see at Six Flags and the Braves game and everywhere else. And so, fortunately, people have kind of turned. I also think that change in taste and change in culture has made a difference just because, I think eating local, eating fresh, eating things that you know where they came from are really important to a lot of people today, especially those that can afford it. So we don't say we're a popsicle company. That's not our product. We sell affordable luxury.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
You are affordable luxury because I mean the pops are amazing. First off, flavors. It's not like your like just vanilla type of situation. I don't know what
We've
cherry.
never made vanilla.
You don't have a vanilla pop?
I mean, we made it, but vanilla with other things.
It was like what, vanilla with like
Rose?
cayenne or something?
Yeah.
I knew it was something special.
That's
I knew it
nice.
had to.
We did that one for Valentine's Day one time. We actually put rose petals in it because they're edible, and a little bit of rose
That is
water.
luxurious.
That's pretty nice.
That's nice.
But yeah, I mean, people choose to spend $5 on a latte or a macchiato every day. And I think that's a bit of a luxury, and so we're kind of in that same market.
Yeah, I mean, and it's changing, like you said, the habits and the mindset, right? The mentality. Because, like, obviously, Starbucks started off with selling, how much is it, $5 coffee? And
Sure.
people were like, that's outrageous. And, I mean, y'all are selling $5 pops.
Well, not quite. $3.
$3, okay.
But anyway.
You know, still too much for me. But no, like, so that does, you have to change the buying and, you
Sure.
know, again, people's perception of what pops are.
Yeah.
And speaking to, again, the ingredients of it and everything else.
It's been super important, and I think, you know, we know who our customers are. This is another really important thing that I think it is really important to not be afraid to exclude people or to say no. Not every opportunity is for everybody, and
For
so
sure.
we're certainly a vision-driven company where it's not our vision to be nationwide or worldwide.
Yeah.
We want to be the best, you know, company that we can be in the South, and the South for us is, you know, kind of a 6-state area.
Yeah.
We want to grow at a certain rate. We want to be sustainable both as a business and for the environment. We have a lot of things written out in a vision that really help guide our decisions on an everyday basis and allow us to say no to opportunities. So, you know, got offered Monsanto, which is a name everyone knows and kind of has a hate for in some way or another, has heard that name and just feel like they shouldn't like them. They actually have an heirloom seed company, but you know, they offered us an opportunity to make pops for that and distribute it at a trade show. This is like probably a $50,000 deal or something like that. Said no to it because of everything else that they stand for and what their business practices are. And so if you have a strong attachment to your vision, attachment to your purpose, then it's easier to make those decisions.
Yeah. I love the whole, like, know yourself, know your worth type of thing.
Right.
That's somebody's lyric. I don't know. But that's so true. Like, yes, you were coming into the market with a $3 pop, but you weren't willing to compromise, you know? Like, you stood your ground, and again, your product isn't for everyone. No. And so it's okay, if you get turned down, and it's okay if people don't get it.
Yeah.
It's not for them.
Right. And, you know, the bigger grocery stores, they have their house brand, so Kroger brand popsicles, you can buy probably a dozen pops for the same price as one of ours or something like that. And people who don't know put them in the same category, but people who do know, you know that it's a completely different product. People who take the time to read the ingredient label. You know, we never have more than 5 ingredients in our product. Things that you don't know what they are, like exactly what they are. And, you know, that's easy to say, but it is tougher to do and have a product that has, you know, both a long enough lifespan to go into a store and, you know, have a good enough texture and quality and flavor that people want to buy it.
Right. No, I think that's awesome. I think it's awesome. And so, again, you took $5,000, and now you have 350 employees?
Yeah, so last year, in 2016, we issued 350, give or take, W-2s.
Yeah.
So that means those people work for us in some capacity, whether it's, you know, 1 or 2 shifts as friends or 40 hours a week for the whole year.
I mean, that's insane,
Which is crazy, yeah. I mean, we've touched a lot of lives.
So that means you're making more than $5,000, you know?
We made more than $5,000 last year, that's correct.
No, that's awesome.
No, we sold over 1 million popsicles last year, so it's
over 1 million pops.
Pretty wild.
Who knew?
Who knew?
Who knew there was a demand for over 1 million luxury pops?
I know, yeah.
It's amazing. I think it's so amazing. And you and your brother are doing this all together.
Yep. Yeah, it's been family. My parents work with us as well, so my dad works in our wholesale business with the distribution company and services accounts in North Georgia. They have a cabin up there, so he just kind of cruises around to the places that he likes and knows. And then my mom, she enjoys kind of giving people a tough time, so she's a very good AR collector. So she collects our invoices for us when they go over terms.
Very good. No, I love that. You know, it is a collaborative, collective effort, you know? Like, it really does take a team. And so I always ask people, who's your Virginia? And so for me, my mom was the person that allowed me to, I told her about the business, as crazy as it seemed.
Right.
She allowed me to go for it, allowed me to live at home, and just really supported what I wanted to do and what I wanted to grow, right?
Sure.
So who was that person in your life that was just like, okay, I may not understand how you're going to sell $3 pops, but I'm here with you. I'm holding you down.
Yeah, it's funny. So it's kind of certainly a difference in parental expectations or the way that they do it. But my parents are the same. So my mom's name is Lib, and has always supported me in everything. So I think that's what moms are great at in general. Maybe not everyone's, but in general, they're the most supportive people. But on the other hand, my dad, the only time that he's ever written me a letter in my life, he wrote me a handwritten letter to say that this was a bad idea and that I shouldn't do it. And
wow, okay.
But it's pretty interesting. So I was, at the time, I went to law school. I was a prosecutor in Gwinnett County, so I had a law job and
real money. Guaranteed money.
Yeah. A real career anyway.
For sure.
Not a ton of money or whatever, but doing something that I went to school for that I had thought was interesting and that I wanted to do for a long time. But he, said, basically, this is a great opportunity for you to stick with what you're doing, have the law job, have that background, and this will open so many doors in the future.
Yeah.
And after only, probably 3 to 6 months, he really changed his tune and has been nothing but supportive ever since. And he's funny, we're both pretty bullheaded or hard-headed about a lot of things, and we probably have some of the most heated, we'll say discussions, not arguments, over the way business should be run, because he was a manager of people and of product for his whole career as well. But, I think both my parents have been super supportive and would certainly do anything for me. I think they always, or I'm fortunate to come from a family that does always have your best interest in mind, and they also would have done anything for me, no matter what my decision. And that letter was something written from a place of love. It wasn't written from a place of,
he was looking
don't
out for
do
you,
it because I think it's
keeping
stupid.
you from harm's way type of situation.
Yeah, from his best knowledge and from his history, from what he felt the reality of the world was.
Right.
So.
And I love that because it shows kind of the empowerment of self and believing in yourself. That I respect what you say, but I also have to do this, you know?
Have to do it.
I love it.
I mean, fortunately or unfortunately, the truth of the matter is I'd already quit my job and had already decided before I told him.
Even better.
But
Just jump, and then, they'll just have to figure it out. They'll have to get over it.
But I do think, maybe going back to that question too, Steven, who's my brother and my business partner, we've been each other's number one fan from the beginning, and I think that we argue and talk about a lot of things, but at the end of the day, if anyone feels strongly about it, any decision that we make, then I think that's pretty much okay. We're allowed to make those decisions. And I think just having a partner that you truly believe in, that you truly trust, and that has nothing but the best interests of the organization, whether it is a company or a nonprofit or just setting up an event or whatever it is that you're trying to do, having a partner in that is always helpful. Working alone can be not only lonely, but I think a difficult place to come to, or to figure out what the right decisions are.
Right.
And to have confidence that you're going forward with a plan and with something that's as well thought out as it could be.
For sure. No, I definitely, even with my business, I couldn't do this without Sasha, you know? I always say, Benet wouldn't be the same if it was just me or if it was just her. It literally is us, that make this happen. But
100%.
For sure.
And I'm very different than my brother. He's maybe a bit more of the creative, visionary, bleeding heart type. I mean, I'm creative as well, but in a different sort of way. But I mean, I also push process and operational things and making sure we're all right financially and stuff like that, which sometimes he tends to forget.
I have to meet him.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so I always want to know, music motivates me, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of gets me going. That's gets me amped up to
Sure.
I'm about to kill this. Whatever life brings at me today, I got it.
Right.
So give me that one song lyric, and I'm like, it can be trill, it can be country, like your preference. But give me that one lyric that just like keeps you going, or like, you know.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty awesome. In our office, we are consistently listening to like poppy music, and everyone's dancing around and partying, and we're doing push-up contests, and we have a run club, and like all kinds of stuff like that. So not only that, our purpose of our company is unexpected moments of happiness. So everything about our company is about happiness.
Yeah.
And I think Pharrell's Happy is just the one that does it.
You want to sing it for me?
No. I'll just do it because I'm happy. But, you know,
I love it.
And that's what we want to do. We just want to keep ourselves happy. That's why we're in it. We want to make our fans happy. That's why they're along for the ride with us. And anything we can do to make the community a better place, that's what we're here for.
Awesome. I love it. And I'm so excited to continue like to see Kingdom Pops everywhere.
Yeah.
I know it's going to be great. I know y'all are going to take it to the next level.
Whatever that might be.
Whatever that
We're
might be.
always in evolution. So we do turns, pivots, and start new companies pretty much every year. So who knows?
Cool, I love it. So now where can people find Kingdom Pops?
Well, everywhere, like you said.
Yeah,
but more specifically, we do tons of farmers markets, music and art festivals, all kinds of parks and street corners in Atlanta, Charlotte, Charleston, Richmond, Nashville, Savannah, Greenville, and Athens.
Okay.
So lots of cities in the South.
Yeah.
And then we also do a lot of wholesale. So whether that's at Whole Foods, Earth Fare, Fresh Market, or Willie's Burritos or Octane Coffee, any place like that.
Yeah.
And we can come out and bring pops to you. So we've done everything from 100-person weddings up to 20,000 person Microsoft conference. And so
super cool.
we can do office parties or birthday parties or weddings or whatever. So
Very
lots of way to get pops.
Good job. Well, thank you, Nick.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Thank you
of
for
course.
coming
Yeah,
and allowing me to stalk you on LinkedIn to get
For
you
sure.
here.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah.